Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to part 9 of the Sir Alex Ferguson Manchester United Football Manager series. If you've missed any of the previous 8 episodes, we've got a playlist up on the channel, so if you want to catch up on that, all of them are up there. But it's a quick overview of the season so far. So fairly good form apart from a few slip-ups against Chelsea, Tottenham and Everton. So clearly we're struggling against the better teams. I have thought of a sort of formation change and a different way of playing against the top teams, which we won't get to implement in the next couple of episodes until we play Arsenal and Leicester and the likes in December. We're up against the first game of today. We're up against Basel in the Europa League. I did actually Google how to pronounce the name, and it wasn't Bar and it wasn't Basel. It's actually Basel. So we're going to go with our reserve squad. Apart from Daniel James, I'm going to need him in the first squad now because Son's out for a few weeks. So we're going to need to replace him. Lingard plays in the first team now. Andy P, possibly Chong, I think is our only option. If we play Chong on the right. So it's a really young squad. I mean, you've got Euphin Williams, McTominay, Chong, Greenwood, Dallas, not too old either, is he? Basel are a decent side. So let's see how we get on. Especially away from home with such a young squad, I'm not expecting a victory, to be honest. If we get a draw or a nick of 1-0, I'll be pretty pleased with that. Well, that's a very undercooked side. Yeah, holding our own so far. We've got Greenwood leading the line. He's been in good form of late. Scored a brace in the last episode. He's just had a chance there, but he was just marginally offside. But yeah, he's been in good form. And with a few players, after the 2 losses, we're now 4 wins on the bounce. And we keep putting runs of form together. And then a few step backs, like we did after we lost against Chelsea. We had a good run of form before the Chelsea game in pre-season. Yeah, first game of the season. So it's just about consistency and that's something. I'm going to try a different way of playing against the top sides. A bit more counter-attacking football. Maybe switch to long balls. We've got pace up front, pace on the wings. Long balls over the top. Rashford scored a few that way this season. Mason Greenwood, the man we've just been talking about. 5th goal of the season now. Mata plays it into him and he finishes just inside the box. That'll do. But as I was saying, when we're playing these high quality sides, sort of sitting back a bit more, playing on the counter, seeing how that goes. It might not work, but it might work. But we've been a 2 attacker, which has been played through. So we're going to try something different. We're not in a bad position. I think we're 4 points off the lead in the Premier League now. If we keep hold of this one, that's 4 out of 4 in the Europa League, which about qualifies us. As Mata in the 90th minute swings one in to the bottom right corner. What a free kick that was! And I don't think Mata's even participated in the Premier League game as yet. So it's definitely someone we can look at bringing into the first team. We brought Lingard through. Play behind Rashford and Bruno into centre midfield, but it's definitely a bit of cover, a bit of support for Lingard if he's out of form. Good result that, with a good young squad. How did they all play? Yeah, look at that. Not 1-6. I didn't make any subs. Cheers, Colin. I didn't make any subs there. Very good. Very good indeed. And we have qualified for the knockout stages. Now 5 wins on the bounce as we play Wolves. If I remember when we looked at the end of the last episode, I think they were rock bottom. They are rock bottom, 19th. I think Watford are much higher. 15th, so another two games in this episode. Tottenham must have won. I think Leicester did they? Leicester drew. Chelsea drew. And Arsenal and Liverpool are playing against each other. So, chance here for us to possibly jump up to 3rd or 2nd if we beat the mighty Wolves. So Daniel James is going to come in for Ingridson, which is a change we were looking at possibly making anyway. Obviously, it's been enforced. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I think everyone's fit. Let me just double check. Yeah, everyone's fully fit. Look at that difference in form with 5 wins on the bounce. And Wolves are really struggling. But by the looks of it, they've let a few players go. No Nevers in there. No Jota. No Jimenez. I'll have to have a quick look at that after the game. If they've got big money for it. And away we are. To Old Trafford for another Premier League fixture. Early shot on goal for Wolves. Good free kick, but De Gea is there to save it. Maguire with the ball at the back, plays it forward. Bruno from range. Rashford taps it in, but it's offside. Fairly even start. 25 minutes in. Only a highlight each. Wan-Bissaka on the right, whips one in, and it's on the head of Anthony Martial. Tony Martial scores again, he makes it 1-0. What a great run that is from Wan-Bissaka. Whips it into the back post, and Martial's there to meet him. Wan-Bissaka on the ball again, into Pogba. So another chance, we get on top of Wolves now as we approach half time. Pogba's on the ball again. Bruno with the corner, out to Wan-Bissaka, back to Bruno, inside the box, he's whipped it in. Bottom right hand corner. What a goal. Just past the goalkeeper's left, and that's 2-0 just before half time. I was just saying, just before we got that first goal, fairly even. It's still fairly even, 6 shots each. But we've just been more devastating with 3 shots on target each as well. But we've just been more devastating with our finishing. Which is something we have struggled with. We've not scored enough goals as yet. Especially in these bigger matches. Recently, we picked up a few in the last episode. Been in much better form, but overall we've not scored. And I think Rashford's our leading goal scorer in the Premier League with 4 goals. I think highest was Kane with 10, so shows us we're some way off it. Bruno with the corner, meets the head of Slabhead. Harry Maguire makes it 3-0. And that's a finish. Fairly comfortable now. I think it's relaxed enough to make a few changes. A few non-performers in there. We're going to bring Fred on for Pogba. All 3 changes made. We've gone 2 up. Give Greenwood and Nagano a bit of game time. So Greenwood's been in form. By the looks of it, they won't get a chance to score today. And that's it. The referee blows his whistle. And at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 3, Wolves 0. Some standout performers there. Van Bissaka, we've got 1 or 2 assists. Bruno with a goal. Maguire with a goal. Anthony Martial with a goal. So look at the team of the week. We've got Fernandes and Van Bissaka in there. And how's that shape up the Premier League? So we're back into the top 4 after that win. 1 point behind Arsenal, and there's a little bit of a gap to Tottenham with 4 points behind them. With 1 point ahead of Liverpool, Leicester and Man City, all behind us. Now Mo Salah and Harry Kane are leading the goal scoring rankings. Vardy just behind. And we've got an international break coming up now. So a couple of weeks in between this fixture against Watford. As I say, Watford are down there as well. So just get a message saying Son's resumed light training. So he'll miss the next game, but hopefully the game after that he should be in there contention for. As Juan Mata agrees to mentor Taif Chong. I've not really given much game time. Obviously, played a part in the last game in the Europa League. But I don't really know where his strengths are. Lacks power, poor aerial presence, no leadership. So the coaches aren't raving about him, but he might get a bit of game time this season. See if he improves. So we face Watford now. I think I'm happy to keep everything the same. There's also a few players. I don't know if anyone's ever played with Man U on the mobile game before. So there's a couple of players that I didn't know whether I was underusing. We've got Fosu Mensah. Also came on the scene a few years ago now, probably under Van Gaal. I've not really given a game time to, and Tuan Zebu's not really had much game time. For Man U in real life, but whenever I've seen him, he's looked very, very decent. Obviously Chong, I don't know what they play like in the game, but if anyone has played with them, let me know if I'm underusing them. If I've got to use them in sort of Carabao Cup games or FA Cup games when it gets to January, or Europa League, obviously we've qualified now for the knockout round, so we can put the youngsters in. So let me know. Anyway, we're underway here at Vicarage Road. We take on Watford. Bit of early pressure. Started the first 20 minutes. Dominating play as far. Watford have got more possession, but we've had 4 shots, only 1 on target. Rashford to Lingard to Jiang. Shot from range. Not troubling the keeper though. Fast approaching half time, and not much has happened. Let's give it another 15 minutes, see if we can get the lead. Had a couple of chances, but nothing yet. I mean, Watford haven't provided anything, but they'll be happy with a draw from this one, I imagine. What are they titting about at? 25 minutes to go. Got to make some changes. I think we go with Gala up with Martial. Keep Rashford on the wing. And probably go a bit longer. Let's get a few shots off. We've been in good form, but Board draw here will not do us any favours. Especially when things are so tight up top now. We've got 3 teams behind us. All just there, one point in it, so... Worked hard to get up to the top 4, but... Well, it's going to slip, isn't it? We've got to go for it now. What if I just press that? That was clever, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm going to go all out here. We're going to go all out. Pump it up. That was good. That was good. Well done, Paul. And that's it, 0-0. What a shite game that was. Not great. Bruno's dropped to 4 and Pogba's got himself sent off. Liverpool have won. Pogba banned for 1 match. Man City have won. Tottenham have won. Arsenal have won. They played Leicester, so Leicester have lost. That should knock us out of the top 4. It does. To 5th. 6 points now behind Tottenham. 1 behind Man City and Liverpool. 2 above Leicester. And Arsenal, we are 3 points behind. Have a quick look at the player stats. Have we got any decent assisters? No. Wan-Bissaka, Bruno both on 4. I think Rashford's still on 4. He hasn't scored today though. Let's have a look at the form. So, still unbeaten in 7. Not ideal. We see a win had put us right in the mix there, but coming up we've got the away return to Basel in the Europa League. Home fixtures in the Premier League against Burnley and Arsenal. That could be a massive game against Arsenal. With them only 3 points above as well. Burnley in the league. I think they were doing pretty decent early doors. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, not bad. I mean, Mason Greenwood, let's see where his goals are coming out. I think they've been made in the Europa League. 2 in the Europa League, 3 in the cup competitions. 5 appearances in the league, but they've all come off the bench. Yeah. So, yeah, fairly decent episode. That Watford draw was not ideal, but we'll push on. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. If you can like the video, subscribe to the channel if you can. And I will see you next time for part 10. Cheers, guys.